Greetings everyone. Welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. This is Aisha. I am your Tuesday vlogger for the month of January. I also have a YouTube channel by the name of Grelin Be Gone, and I can be found on Facebook as Shea Leonard. I know that's a lot to keep up with. But like I said, I'm your Tuesday vlogger for the month of January. And just a little bit about me. I am 13 and a half months post-op. I had laparoscopic RNY gastric bypass on November 16th, 2010. By November 29th, 2011, I had reached just below my goal weight. I weighed in at 173.2. My goal weight was 174. I had lost a total of 181.8 pounds over the course of those 12 months. And as of today, I'm down 186 point something pounds. I reached a normal BMI over this week. This past Tuesday, I reached a normal BMI, so that was a big highlight for me going into the new year. But today's topic for Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works has to do with comments that we receive from family and friends about whether or not we're too thin, whether or not we don't look healthy because we've gotten so quote-unquote small, and the comments that can come from people that we care about and that claim to care about us, whether or not they feel like we need to eat more, whether or not they feel like we don't need to exercise as hard or consistently as we had to lose the weight. And so this topic is really near and dear to my heart because I went through probably the heaviest amount of it during the Christmas weekend actually. And I think I have to start by saying those kinds of comments, you're too thin, you need to gain 10 pounds, you're aging, you look Ethiopian, you look, you just look so malnourished and things of that nature. I think personality type, depending upon your personality, really will depend upon how you handle those kinds of comments. So for me, I am the kind of person that when you are in my life, whether you're family or you're a friend, I typically give a lot of power to a person. Their comments, their thoughts about me become really important. And so my biggest hit with these kinds of comments, because no one in my family nor myself have ever seen me this size. So I've lost 186 pounds. Obviously, I look different. And I lose weight in my face first and then the rest of my body. And so none of us have seen, none of my friends, not myself, not my family, mother, sister, none of those have ever seen me this small. And so the comments that had been coming into my world were to me a bit harsh, and you know, you need to eat, and how come you're not eating, and you don't need to exercise so much, you're getting too small, you're aging, and all these kinds of things really became personal to me. And it began to affect me, like over the Christmas break I tried to eat a little bit more outside of my box, sort of to prove that I do eat, and it really floored me. I was sad about it because it was like I did all this work to get down from 355 pounds, and now it doesn't matter because you feel like I look bad, I'm not healthy, and things of that nature. And so I had to, you know, reach out to some weight loss people around me, weight loss surgery people around me, and I also had to really just think about what I was feeling and how hurt I was, and focus on how I really feel about me. And I know I don't want to get any smaller. I know I'll probably end up getting a little bit smaller because more running in my life and all of that. But I'm not trying to get any smaller, and that's what I had to explain to my family, and I also had to explain all of this is new. It's new for me, it's new for them. No one has ever seen me weighing 169 pounds, ever, as an adult. And so I've been trying to work with my family to explain the process and that I'm okay. I eat, they see me eat. I will not go back into the mode of trying to eat quote unquote things that don't make sense to me just to prove that I do eat. That's my personality type. I went right into pleasing mode and trying to calm their fears when I'm happy for the first time in my life with my physical self. I feel safe in my body. I feel confident in my body. I don't mind presenting myself to the world. And day by day, I think they're getting it and will leave me alone about it. But the topic is really, I think, personality driven. More sensitive people like myself, you know, it may be a little tougher, but if you just sort of stop, deal with who you really are, who you really want to be, you can begin to fight back in peace, not fight back, you know, mad at somebody because they have an opinion about you being too thin, but just sort of stand up for yourself and explain where you stand. On the flip side, I think there are times when people need interventions, perhaps, if someone is, you know, having behaviors that are really leading them on a path of being unhealthy. It just really depends on the circumstances. And I think we do need to listen when people have an opinion, especially people who are close to us, have an opinion about our physical self. My family did have comments when I was heavy, and I just wasn't ready for them to have comments when I got to my goal weight. I wasn't ready for it. I thought I was doing the right thing by getting all the weight off. And at the end of the day, I got some apologies and some appreciation that I had done a lot of good work for myself and on myself. It's just, you know, the worry of wondering if I'm going to, you know, just get too small. But I assure them, and I know myself enough to know I like to eat, and so I have no plans to just shrivel away by no stretch of the imagination. But for those of you on the journey and you're reaching for your goal weight, you really have to sort of plan that people are not going to understand how you look. Specifically, if you've never been thin before or slim before, maybe you've been overweight, you know, all your life. Some people have that story. I didn't start getting overweight really until about 11, 12 years old. Then I had some, you know, teenage years where I was not as heavy as obviously 355 pounds, but never have I had, that I can recollect, a normal BMI. And so, again, be prepared for that. Those of you who are on the journey, just be patient with the people around you. Be patient with yourself. And we have to come to peace with what we see in the mirror. Otherwise, change it. And I have no intentions of putting on 10 pounds to please anybody else. And that was one of the things that was suggested to me, that I need to put on like 10 pounds. That's not happening because I'm finally happy where I am right now. So at any rate, I hope this has been a help to you. And again, this is Aisha with Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. Bye-bye.